guys, welcome back to Bre'sBooks. Hope you've been well. Just wanted to do a quick wrap-up slash update since I didn't do a wrap-up for the month of December because I didn't really read hardly at all, and I didn't really read this month either, so I just kind of wanted to combine it and sort of update, tell you where I was going in my reading right now. The first book I'm going to mention I actually read on the last day of November, so I didn't get it included in my November wrap-up, but it was Hyperbole and a Half by Ali Brosh. I ended up giving it 3 stars. It was funny in parts, but it wasn't as funny to me as everybody else seemed to think it was. There was quite a bit in there about her struggles with depression and things like that where it wasn't funny at all. But the parts with her dogs were hilarious. Like, I loved those bits. But the rest of it was just okay for me. So I ended up just giving it a solid 3 stars rating. And then in December I only read one graphic novel, and it was Heart in a Box by Kelly Thompson. I also gave that 3 stars. The premise was really intriguing about a girl who gets her heart broken by her boyfriend, and so she asks for her heart to be taken away, and it sort of has a magical realism aspect to it, and then she realizes that she actually needs her heart and wants her heart back, and so she has to go across the country to find all the pieces of her heart that got scattered and like form them to recreate her heart. So it had a very interesting premise, but it was, you know, kind of dark and kind of a little sad. So and definitely some mature content for younger readers. So I gave it 3 stars. It was pretty good. It's not my favorite. In the month of January, I read 3 things. 2 graphic novels and 1 novella bind-up. So not a lot again, but definitely more than December. So the first thing I read in January was the Amulet of Samarkand graphic novel by Jonathan Stroud. This is a series I've been thinking about picking up, but when I saw they had a graphic novel out, I thought I'd give that a try first to see if I liked it. It was pretty interesting. A fantasy, I don't know, I guess you might call it a middle grade fantasy or something, but it was the graphic novel form of the first book, I believe. And it was fun. It was fine. I didn't really stand out to me as amazing or anything, but I enjoyed it. I also gave that 3 stars. It was just kind of a 3-star time for me the last couple months. But then I read Happily Ever After by Kiara Cass, which is the bind-up of the 4-ish novellas of the Selection series, which I ended up giving 4 stars. I really, really loved it. I had already read the Prince and the Guard had come out a couple years ago, I want to say. They'd come out just on ebook already, so I had read those, but I was really excited to read the Queen and the Favorite, which were newer novellas. And then if you haven't seen the Happily Ever After book, the cover is beautiful, and there's all these kinds of really cool art pieces throughout the book as well, and a beautiful map, and it was just really fun, and there was some bonus scenes and stuff, and yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, getting all the different perspectives and stuff. I think the Favorite novella was my favorite. I also remember really liking The Prince when I read it too. So I also loved the bonus scene that takes place after the one. If you've read Happily Ever After, you know what I'm talking about. And wasn't it amazing? Yes, it was. The last thing I read in January was The Little Prince graphic novel by Joanne Sfar. I gave that 3 stars. If you remember, I read the book, The Little Prince, in November, and also gave it 3 stars. I think I enjoyed the graphic novel a little bit more, reading the story from the second time and also with pictures, or more pictures I should say. I think that really hit the story home for me more, reading it the second time so soon after reading it the first time. It still wasn't fantastic to me, but I did enjoy. So that was all the things I read over the last few months. Now to kind of show you what I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Winter by Marissa Meyer. I'm so excited because I checked this out originally in December and I didn't get a chance to read it before I had to give it back. So I finally re-got it in and I'm reading it and I love it. It's so good. There is a couple of new releases coming out that if I get from the library, I'll be reading those too. So I know The Stars Above novella collection by Marissa Meyer comes out tomorrow. I'm filming this on the 1st of February, so I definitely want to read that as soon as it comes in. So that's like kind of where I am with like wrap-ups and reading and things. Hopefully I'll be doing a monthly wrap-up from here on out, if I have like anything to wrap up. Here's hoping. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a marvelous day, and I will see you next time. Read more books. Bye.